Welcome to the National Real Estate Network video training program. This video is part of a series designed to help beginning and experienced real estate investors with the different aspects of purchasing and investing in properties. Be sure to click become a member at 27monthlymeetup.com.
To walk you through and answer questions and help you structure your deals. So we're going to do it's 6 months, and instead of it, if you pay it all up one time, it's like $1,200. But if you want to do it monthly, it's $300 a month. So, and I don't want to have any more than like 5 or 6 people in it. We've got 2 right now because it's more than I can deal with. My real passion is, it's like rental property, only it's, I'll show you guys a later date. For like, Chris and I sell leads to like home improvement companies and to towing companies and to appliance repair companies. So so it's like we own real estate, but it's online. There's no toilets, no tenants, no nothing, and we collect money. It's like the best compared to toilets and tenants, okay? So, but it has its own risks too. Like, it's a company called Google. If they want to change algorithms or do certain things, things can go south on you there too. But we've been doing it for a while. So anyway, these are the different things that you'll know how to do if you go through the mentoring program. So that's basically it. It's a one-time cost of $1,200 for 6 months and $300 a month. And one of the things that we're looking for, if you do it, we're going to be pushing for, like, if we've done something with you, which one of the 2 people that are in the program, we've already got a couple of deals that are in the works. But we'll look at whatever you're doing, and we've got the MLS, and we'll do the comps. And if you're looking for a realtor that is willing to crank out those ridiculous offers and piss off other realtors, I've got a broker that'll do all that for you. And, so, because that's what we did. So we don't have a problem getting other realtors off. But actually, when I'm saying that and I'm doing the tape, it's actually a service, because really what we're doing is making an offer based upon what the owner really wants to do, and then at a later date we're a good solution for those guys. So, if you do a lot of that at a later date, then the realtors that know that you'll actually perform on what you've offered, then they'll bring deals to you that fit that criteria. So that's what we're offering. But what I'm going to let Ken, do you have a PowerPoint that you wanted to do? Or, I don't. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, so do you guys want to take a real quick break and then come back, or do you want to? Okay, we'll get started. Yeah, just put it around your neck. So everybody, this is Ken. It's Yamamoto, right? Okay.
Well, as Mark said, my name is Ken Yamamoto, and I've been a real estate entrepreneur for many, many years. I started out just like you folks, working a corporate job and doing it part-time. And until I got to the point where I had enough properties where I felt I could go out on my own. And I did that 7 years ago, left the corporate world, and just been doing only real estate for the past 7 years. So I find it pretty satisfying doing that. I don't know if that's your plan or not, or if you just want to do this on the side and supplement your income, or if you want to do it full time. But it's good either way. So actually, when I was working at the Unisys Corporation in Plymouth here, and Mark's been doing this a long time too, because I used to come to his seminars when I was working there. What was that, like 9-10 years ago? Pretty much just in the building just down the street here. And so learned a lot from those seminars used to do. After working my corporate job, coming here, checking the seminars out, networking, finally got enough confidence just to leave the corporate job and do it all on my own. So anyways, I wasn't sure what to expect. So I was thinking of briefly talking about the basics of real estate investing, but I'm not sure if what you got. Maybe I should just turn it over to you guys and see what you're interested in and go that route instead. I don't, what would you prefer? Do you have any specific areas of interest? Well, let's say okay, let me just do the basics really quick here. So I'll ask you, what are the 3 golden rules of real estate investing? Oh, okay, usually someone will pop up location, 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 right? But, okay, so it's worth repeating that a few times, but location is certainly number 1 rule. But I'm going to say number 2 rule would be to buy low, sell high. And then number 3 rule, which Mark touched upon, would be have multiple exit strategies. So for real estate investing, if you want to invest conservatively and pretty much guaranteed to make money, follow those 3 golden rules. Now there's a ton of creative methods you can use that can even violate those rules, and you can make money at it. But if you want to be conservative and make money in the long term, stick to them golden rules. And I'm at the point now where I'm kind of trying to stick to that and not do so much creative stuff. I've done a lot of creative stuff in my career, and that's useful to know that kind of stuff for your exit strategies, but use it keep it in your back pocket. Don't use it if you have to, unless you have to. And the reason I say that is because we live in a pretty volatile economy, and even our personal lives are constantly changing. You never know what's going to happen. So you just got to think about, what would I do if things don't work out quite the way I thought they would work out? You know, what happens if you get a divorce? What happens if the economy all of a sudden does a 180? Just got to have different strategies. So with that in mind, we're going to hit point number 1, which is location. So what area are you investing in right now? Livonia? Okay. So you actively got a project going in that area right now? No. Okay. I thought you had gotten one that you were working on right now, but you were mentioning something about pulling carpeting out of something.
My house I live in now.
Okay, so that's not an investment. That's just the house you're living in. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. Well, certainly location is key. So I, for many years, invested in Washtenaw County, which basically was Ann Arbor, Ypsilanti area. And the reason I invested in, well, can we pull up my website? Okay. This is a website I've had forever. It's not updated or anything, but I use this website to attract investors, because obviously getting financing is key to keeping your real estate business going. But what I'm going to show you here is not so much the investor part, but an example of a deal here. So this is my typical deal that I'd be looking for in Ypsilanti. This house I bought for $20,000, put $12,000 in rehab into it, so I had $32,000 invested. I got an investor to finance this thing at 10%. That's my standard interest rate I pay all my investors. So by the time you add all the taxes, the interest rate I'm paying to my investor and everything, I had $525 a month in costs. But I was able to rent this out for $10.50 a month. So that's a net $525 per month. I consider that an excellent cash return. This was in 2009. So you can't do those kind of deals there anymore. But I was doing a lot of deals like that. That's why I was able to make a living off of real estate investing. So back to the thing about location. Can't do those kind of deals in Ypsi anymore. Can't buy them at the right. But the reason I was doing them in Ypsi is because, number one, you could get the properties that would, for the right price point, that would cash flow, or you'd be buying low, selling high. You could fix them up and resell them and sell them high and make a good return on that. The other reason was geographic location. It was close enough to where I lived, so it could make it work. It doesn't work anymore, so I've been searching all around. This is why I'm in Toledo now. Toledo's an area where this model will still work. But you got to do your research. So what area is geographically convenient for you guys? You might have to drive an hour out of your way someplace, but I'm sure there are areas that'll work for you folks. But I know Michigan's pretty hot right now, so yeah. But it depends what you want to deal with. Some areas, some areas in Detroit and everything, you can make anything work creatively, but but buying in decent areas where you don't have to worry about certain things, crime rate and different things. If you want to avoid a lot of headaches, just try to stick to areas that are good locations. So anyways, now I'm in Toledo now because I can get these kind of deals, and with all the same benefits I had in Ypsi 8 years ago, and he had a benefit that Ohio is a landlord-friendly state. That's one thing that's different from Ohio to Michigan. Michigan is tenant-friendly. I mean that the state, the rules and everything are geared towards being more friendly to the landlords than they are to tenants, whereas in Michigan they're more geared towards the tenants than the landlords. There's pros and cons to both those things. Certainly having tough rules and inspections and everything that keeps the property levels up, which is a good thing for everyone. But at the same time, if a tenant knows that kind of stuff, they can take advantage of the system, and who gets burned by it's the landlord. So if you're a good, responsible landlord, which I am, I keep my properties in good shape and everything, then I'm going to want to be in a landlord-friendly area because I don't want to get stuck with negligence of my tenants. I don't want to get stuck with their repair bills. Because you got to have these things inspected for C of O occupancies, for city inspections and everything. If it doesn't pass code because the tenant put a hole through a screen or everything, they're not going to issue you that certificate to allow you to keep renting it until you pay for it. You can try to pass those costs on to your tenants, but the bottom line is if they don't have the money, you got a choice. You want to evict them or you want to keep them in there and keep the cash flow coming in. So the money's going to come out of your pocket and stuff. So I just as soon not have to deal with that kind of stuff. If my tenants trash the house out, I don't want to be responsible for paying it. So I'm going to give them a nice clean house to begin with, but don't want to make those. So that's why I like Ohio, because they're not going to stick that bill on me. So that's the location aspect of it. Buying low and selling high. Where do I want to go with there? You got to determine what your profit margins are, or what your goal is. And I know this is a fix and flip seminar, but in order to buy low and sell high, you've got to be flexible and keep your options open. That's why you're going to have to consider renting at some point, because renting gives you the option to, if the economy turns around and you can't sell it for as high as you thought you could, you're going to have to hold on to it because the market always changes. You may have to hold on to it till that next cycle comes where it's high again. There's your chance to unload it then. But if you don't keep that flexibility in place, then you may have to buy low and sell low, or buy low and sell even lower, depending on what the economy does. So just want to throw that bug in your ear, because that's part of the equation to buying low and selling high, is timing the market correctly. And the only control you have over that is to possibly rent it out if things don't work out the way you had planned. So my model for Toledo is I'm doing fix and flip right now, and I want to make a minimum of $40,000 on a deal, or it's not worth my time to go into it. So for that type of a model, I can find homes, invest $70,000 to $100,000, and then